slightly shinier than the last ones that I've done.
Your live is so fun.
I gotta do that.
I know.
Yeah, they sell some machines. Yeah, they're
Hi, everybody. I didn't say hi to. I came storming in.
Oh,
No, hello.
If you decide to, after they dry more, is you can take like some 1200 grit sandpaper.
How is the is this
Oh, I thought you were talking about the game.
what?
Spray wax.
No, is the image okay? Is it
You slow cheat. There you go.
Call that the real nice neck.
where's Big Jim Grizzly? Is he upset?
See?
Cute one.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going.
Oh, we are?
Yeah. I'm just waiting on you.
Dude, I have to check my hair.
Yeah, probably. I don't know.
Yeah.
Is there?
No, it's all right.
I can't see how.
Yeah, everybody's good. You guys are in the shot. You're
Did I do a good job setting up the camera?
perfect.
Look at you go, Holmes. Look at you go.
It's a little more of the lower region than usual, but
You crotchole. You know what though? No, because people's guitars are going to be in this.
yeah, and
Chris,
you kind of need it on the
Yeah.
lap this time.
So sorry, you're just gonna go like
So
this
what
or
did you
something.
say?
I don't.
Flies up.
Yeah, make
Hog
sure
out.
you're
Yeah, hog out.
Hog out.
This reveal is hog out.
hog out.
Jim says, "Hey, Mr. Sweet Dick."
Oh, Big Jim Grizzly said that.
He's in the
Okay.
chat.
Hey everybody, this is Matt, and we're at Texas Toast Guitars. Thanks for tuning into a special Sunday reveal. You know, Chris, they're all special reveals as far as I'm concerned.
They are. Yeah. Every time
Yeah.
we do a reveal, it's like, this is great.
Yep.
I think I just gave myself whiplash.
The people there's been a lot of burping and farting all day today.
Yeah, I don't know what these guys are eating.
I don't know, but I think they ate over at Eric's house last night. So Dan's got his phone turned up so we can hear everything we just said. So we've got a shop full of people, and 6 of them built really cool guitars this week, and we're going to show them all off. This is the very first time everyone who signed up stuck around for the paint part.
Yes.
What? How? It's a lot of work for you to do the paint bit. What?
Yes.
What? How did? Yes, it is. So how'd that go?
It actually went really well. Really well. So there's a little bit of time in the paint booth, yesterday and then today, but not a ton. It's a lot of I think the hard part is the sealer part at the end of Friday.
Yeah,
Hopefully at the end of Friday.
that's the idea.
Because sealer's not any fun to shoot. Paint's fun to shoot, but sealer not so much. So yeah.
So this workshop, Chris, represents the last one where it's kind of a free for all, because this one was originally supposed to be either a neck through or a carved top or a classic woodworking. But you're going to see examples of all of those things, because when we first started this year, I kind of dicked everything up, and I got some dates mixed up, and people signed up for stuff, and I'm like, oh crap, now we have to basically do all in 1 week.
Yeah.
So unlike some reveals where everything is similar, nothing is like anything else from participant to participant. And we've got guys all the way from Canada to St. Louis, and from Seattle to Colorado and back again. And so we had a bunch of neat stuff. We also had Ben and Brian Duncan. You're gonna see them again for the first time here in a moment. So we had a father and son duo, which is cool when that happens. I like it when that happens.
Yeah.
And Ben
Until this time.
well, yeah. And Ben drug a bunch of his lifelong buddies out to build guitars with him this time. But you're going to meet all of them here in a moment.
Yeah.
I'm just talking to say words at this point.
Okay.
So anyway, well, what did you think of the week, Chris?
I thought it was a really good week. We built some really neat stuff.
Mhm.
Met some cool people.
And
Had
then
a bunch
Brian.
of fun.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was a good week. Fairly stress-free, not too many errors where we went, oh shit. There was one where I yelled, oh fuck, but it wasn't
I did that once
big of a
too.
deal
Yeah.
in the overall scheme of things. Yeah, it was as I was talking about Thursday, my guys built 3 completely unique guitars.
You know what? That's a great opportunity. Let's talk about what because we split the workshop in
Yeah.
half. Let's talk about that a little bit.
Okay. Yeah. So your group all
Mhm.
built neck through.
Yeah.
Which is kind of the same thing except for the wings of the body, and that comes.
Yeah,
late-
it's
late
really
in the
it's quite a
game.
bit easier than when anything you've ever done.
No, it's not. But here's my excuse: is that the three that we were building, we had one that was kind of a fender
Uh-huh.
style build. We had
Yeah.
one that was kind of a not kind of it was a set neck build,
Mhm.
and then we had a carved top set neck build.
Yeah.
Which the carved top part throws everything into a little bit of a different order of things.
Yeah, because you had stuff that needed to be glued, tops that need to be glued. Yeah.
And
There was
then
a
while
lot of
things are
yeah.
flat, you need to do certain steps,
Mhm.
and once they're not flat, it makes that step that you were supposed to do really hard.
Yeah.
So we had a couple of little mix-ups on that, but we got them all done, and everything turned out really, really well.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Now my guys they've all built neck throughs, which
Uh-huh.
you're right about that, but there was a couple of different things like so for example, Mark built a different style neck through where the neck is a complete wedge all the way
Uh-huh.
down.
And
Brian
it was a
and Ben-
base, which is
Yeah.
in a lot of ways a lot different.
But Brian and Ben built guitars that have parallel sides that the wings get glued to. You're going to see all that here in a moment.
Yeah.
And
Why did you
guitars-
decide to do that instead of just making them wedges all the way down?
Well, because Mark built a Rickenbacker style, and the way that the wings get joined to the body, there's no way to do that unless the
Okay, for that
Yep.
hard edge
Yep.
or that
yeah, you're going to see that here.
Okay, that
in just a
square
moment.
corner, and I
Yeah.
guess the other ones, if you did that, it would make it really, really hard to make round corners.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
So, anyways, so that's what we did, and that's why we did it. But so what do you want to? We should probably people are probably tired of listening to me talk.
Yeah, probably.
They all love you.
No,
Yeah.
that's not true. You want to talk to your guys? I'll talk to my guys.
Yeah. So
Okay.
who do you want to start with?
I'll move first.
Okay. I don't have any beverage in
I'll get you one.
but I don't want a beer. I'm not. I don't want to drink today.
Kiki's not here.
Kiki's here.
He said
Did Kiki say?
the seventh day of the week. The seventh week is the day of the Lord, so start drinking some wine.
Ah, Kiki. So I guess I'm waiting for my guys to.
Yeah. So one of your guys
Come
needs to come up.
on
And,
up.
Anyone,
All right.
slightly
What do I got? I got a grapefruit here. This should be. This should be good.
You going, Brian?
I
This
threw
should
the
be-
short straw.
Yeah, this should be good. It
Sure.
smells grapefruit.
Shark Ear wants to know if he ordered a Challenger Model 4. Is it available with Lawler pickups?
The Challenger Model 4 is absolutely available with anything you want.
Matt, how you doing?
Hey
buddy?
Brian, how doing,
Good to
sir?
see ya.
Good to have you here for the what? Fourth, fifth time?
Fourth time.
Cool.
Fourth time.
So Brian actually came out and watched my band Hawk Attack play last week. Some guys came yesterday and watched us play at the same venue. It was the same crap, but yeah. So
Fun.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Millennials going wild.
So Brian, tell us who you are and tell us what you built.
Hi, I'm Ben's dad.
Yeah,
Most, they know me.
Mr.
Almost
Ben's
everybody
dad.
knows me. I live here in Colorado, Centennial. My wife Laura is sitting here watching this as we speak. And this is a cool class, and I appreciate you guys giving me the opportunity because it was
Sure, man.
No, it's just
kind of a last minute deal, so I didn't plan anything. So I saw this cool guitar and I said, "Oh, I want to do that." So what I built was it's a Strat style neck through maple and mahogany. And I saw this. It was a YouTube guy. What was the guy's name? Rob Scallon.
Special thanks to Rob Scow.
Yeah. So he actually had a Schecter with his his model.
Okay.
And it looked like this. It's nothing. It's not a through neck and everything. But I'm going to do one pickup and black hardware and Hipshot, and it's just going to be like my utility. Whip it out and rip a lead.
Chris and I were just talking about whipping it out just a moment ago. You were all here. Don't
Well,
like to call it.
It is if I move this guitar.
Hog out.
Hog out.
Hog
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you did the neck through build, and
Yeah.
we went with maple.
Maple.
That was that maple. This was, I know that this chunk of maple is, it machined like iron, because I've got one that I was working on while you guys were doing it, and it was a pain to work. It is so difficult.
It's so weird going from the mahogany to the maple.
Oh yeah.
The machinery reacts differently, sanding everything. But
Yeah.
it turned out super nice. I did everything I could to slow the class down. I broke a couple machines.
You
Did
did.
some stuff.
Actually, day one you broke a bandsaw blade, which is like
a bandsaw.
I mean, that's not like a big deal.
Yeah.
Bandsaw blades break all the time. And I got a text from Joyce. She's like, "Did Brian really break the bandsaw blade?" And I'm like, "Well, yeah, but like it's just like everybody else is gonna wear out sandpaper. It's the same thing."
Right.
But then I found out that Jim wanted to make sure that I called you a shit ass. So I'm like,
Yeah.
"Brian, you shit ass."
Yeah.
So yeah.
So
it
I
happens
got a
all
new
the time.
nickname, Shit Ass, which is my most favorite nickname.
I thought
ever.
Sweet Dick Brian.
Sweet
was
Dick
here.
is much better.
It's you're on the Facebook group. That is what your name is now.
But Jim said I can't be Mr. Sweet Dick.
No,
You're Mr. Sweet Dick. I'm just Sweet Dick Brian.
Yeah.
So, and I can live with that.
Okay.
I'm good with it.
Let's pick a new
Yeah.
one.
So then,
I said, let's pick a new one.
Pick a new one.
you don't like Sweet Dick?
Guitars are so cool.
Anyway, so and the paint on this, I went flat black, and this maple looks like it's almost like it's roasted.
Yeah, it does.
But the genius that is Chris Vesker
Mm-hmm.
helped mix this color, and I kind of went for a caramel, and it almost turned out.
Yeah,
caramel.
it's amber and brown, and yeah, the one you showed us, I think, had walnut down
Yeah.
the middle of it.
Yeah.
And I thought if we did it that dark, it would just turn to mud.
Right.
So we didn't want to do that.
So this looks very cool, and I'm very, very happy with it.
So, what was your favorite part of doing this project?
Being here with my three sons. Yeah. So Ben and his two buddies are here together. One of them, you guys went to middle school together.
Okay.
And then Mark, we've known since 2012, I think.
Cool.
And all three of these guys, we've all played in different bands together, off and on at different times. And so it's that to me the best part. And of course, meeting the new guys, Steve and Dan, is
Sure.
always fun. And hanging out with you guys,
You have a very you don't know this. Maybe I don't think you know this. This reminds me a lot of a Bruce Clay guitar. Very much, neck through,
yeah.
this kind of pointy thing here. Yeah, it very, very, very reminiscent of local guitar building legend Bruce Clay. So,
Very cool.
yeah.
And I again appreciate. I mean, you guys had a cancellation. You call and say, "Hey, you want
Sure.
to do this?"
Hey, you wanna do this?
I'll do it.
Yeah.
So yeah, a lot of fun. man.
Worked
I
out
appreciate
worked out great. I'm glad that you could come
It's
out.
weird
and-
having mentors that are younger than me.
Who said who?
You
Chris?
guys.
Yeah.
Both
Oh.
of you.
Huh?
No, you're.
Yeah, man. Well,
Yeah.
excellent job. Let's get some of these
Thanks,
other
man.
dudes on up here. Thanks, Brian.
Yeah.
So these guitars just came out of clear coat. The guy spent 5 days, Monday through Friday, doing all the woodwork, and then Friday at 3 until like a couple hours ago, we were doing paint work. And Ben is no different. So Ben Duncan, how are you, sir? This is your second time here.
Yeah, I'm doing all right. Man.
What do you, man? How is the ergonomic guitar that
It's
you wanted to build?
perfect, as you can see. It's,
Uh-huh.
it's this nice
As you
45
can
degree
see.
angle. Yeah, I had an idea for this because the last time I made a really extreme offset,
Uh-huh.
which is very cool, except when you're trying to play on the couch and
Oh,
that
okay.
offset is like way down here.
Oh.
And, yeah, exactly.
So this was a vision that you had.
Yeah.
Were you able to turn it into a reality?
100%. This is exactly what I wanted. I didn't expect to keep the maple stripe, the racing stripe down the middle,
Uh-huh.
but once, it all kind of came together like this,
Yeah, man.
it was pretty clear that like you got to keep a lot of this wood grain because it's just so cool looking.
Yeah, and you can show off that that is in fact a neck through guitar.
Right.
I think it looks really neat.
Yeah.
So
thanks.
what are you calling this particular model?
Oh, so this one okay. So I might make a fool out of myself, but I did Google translate something like sofa in Spanish, and it's Camilla. I
Okay.
believe. So that's what I'm calling it, but I'm gonna spell it with like Russian letters. So it's yeah.
Okay, yeah, why not? Yeah.
Because it's kind of cool,
Sure.
and it sounds neat. So yeah, it's the Camilla shape.
Camilla.
I'm thinking.
So this is it's an ergonomic shape of your own design, and yeah, man.
Yeah.
So what's gonna happen down here?
So this is going to be a well-behaved medium output humbucker
Okay.
and a tele style neck pickup, volume, tone, and then just a 3-way pickup selector.
Okay.
And then the Strat style jack that's going to come up over the strap.
Okay.
button here. And that's the deal. It's already sitting like exactly where I
Oh,
like
cool.
it to kind of be. And
We had
couldn't be
to
happier.
punt a little bit on the trim.
Yeah, so we do. Yeah, we have the trem as well. And I didn't realize how long the block is.
Well, and I didn't realize that what we were able to do.
Yeah, so you were able to call up with somebody you knew at Hipshot. And they make a shorter trem block.
Yeah, it was like, hey, do you guys make a trem block that's short? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, can I get one? Yeah. Can I get one by Friday? Yeah. So yeah, so they just shipped us out an all new trim and yeah. So that's okay. So what I'm getting at is it's really nice to have the good people at Hipshot having our backs and someone that you can actually call and get stuff like expedited shipping. So
Yeah.
I can't remember what day. It wasn't like Monday. It was like Tuesday.
Yeah,
Tuesday.
I think it was Tuesday that we were kind of laying it out, and it clears. You know, it's not a super thick guitar, but it is.
Yeah, because it's a little thinner than your block would have allowed.
Yeah.
On the standard Hipshot trim.
Yeah, we could have gotten there, but we wanted to be able to thickness sand it flush on both sides, so that's why that necessitated the punt.
I think everybody here is using a Hipshot bridge and Hipshot tuners, I think. So yeah, that's super cool.
Yeah.
So thanks to the good people at Hipshot tuners and Hipshot products. They make more than just tuners, don't they?
They do.
So what was your favorite part, Ben?
I think this one making a neck through was a lot more challenging than I expected. To me, it seemed like, oh yeah, you just like make a neck.
It's just like making a longer neck.
Yeah, exactly. And then glue some wings on. There's just a lot more consideration. So it was cool to like go through all that challenging stuff and figure out, make adjustments as needed and still come away with like, this is the guitar I had in my head. And I'm really, really excited.
That's cool, man. And and this custom color, was that what you had in your head as well?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I didn't realize until just a moment ago, you and Chris mix this up custom color.
Yeah, exactly. You had this periwinkle that I guess had just been collecting dust for a long time.
This is the one you wanted to throw away, and I said, somebody might want to use that.
I'm like, nah, no.
And I busted it out, and he's like, that's exactly what I want. But I want it lighter.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep. Because this is like the most metal color.
It really is. Yeah, you're going to be super popular at come Easter next year.
Right. Yeah. Nothing. Yeah. It's the heaviest color.
It is. It really is.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah.
Well, cool,
So,
man.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for hanging out with us again, Ben. And I hope everybody I realize it's ergonomic, but people are going to want to see what you've got happening here.
They're all
Yeah,
very,
quit
very
making out with
interested.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a weird shape, and I couldn't be happier.
That's fair. You did an excellent job, Senor.
It was
A
a
lot
total
of
pain in the
compliments on
butt
the
to
design.
paint.
A lot of compliments on your
I've been
design.
There, yeah, I was like,
Yeah.
these giant things.
Yeah, this.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna design a guitar with this kind of thing.
I think that's a
ever
good
again.
move.
Yeah.
This sucked,
Uh-huh.
but I like it.
Well, remember when you had it glued on, it just kind of came
Yeah, and
to
it
a
was
point.
a
And I'm
right
like,
angle.
there's no way in hell we're gonna be able to sand that.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, so you drew me a nice little curve there, and we got it going. Oh,
Yeah.
and the joint or the heel is kind of the coolest part too. Not that I play up here, but
I know, but you worked really, really hard on that. You spent an extra hour while we were doing the live video doing that.
yes,
So.
yep, yeah. So yeah, thanks, and I'm amped. It was a great experience.
Outstanding.
Yep.
Outstanding. Well, let's get the other neck through guy up here, and we'll show off his guitar. If anyone from Rickenbacker is watching, remember I didn't do this.
Turn away now.
Turn away now. I hear that they have a really they're super into going after guys. But this is your guitar. You can make whatever you want.
Just don't sell it.
Yeah, I don't even know.
Which I would never do anyway.
Yeah. So this is Mark. You can see this guy's name tag right there, Mark. And Mark, tell us who you are and what you made.
Yeah, my name
While I drink some of
is
this awful whatever.
Mark Swaco. I'm Brian's son. No, I'm just kidding. But I'm a friend of Ben and a friend of the Duncans and Eric as well. And I'm a bassist. Live in St. Louis. What I did, I've always been a fan of Rickenbacker basses, and some of my favorite basses like Chris Squire, Geezer Butler, Geddy Lee made the 4001 specifically famous. However,
Paul McCartney had nothing to do.
No. But specifically, it has kind of a specific tone to it.
Okay.
And a lot of times, people compare the bottom end to a piano, sounding like a piano.
Okay, I can see that.
Yeah. So what I wanted to do is create the Rickenbacker 4001, but with more of a modern setup. So I'll be putting Kiesel lithium humbuckers in here.
And you were telling me that's one of your favorite pickups anyway. You've got
Correct. I have a Kiesel Vader 6,
Okay.
which is a 6-string. The other thing, which is pretty obvious to everyone watching, is that this is fretless.
It's very smooth.
Yeah, it's beautiful. I got lucky here. I mean, obviously the mahogany and maple.
Oh, did you put some oil on
I
here
did.
already? Nice, nice.
The mahogany and maple is gorgeous, but I got a beautiful piece of rosewood for the fretboard, and it just turned out awesome. I couldn't be happier. I played a little bit of upright bass in college, so having a fretless electric has been a dream of mine forever, and I got to make my own.
Cool, man.
So it's great.
So how close do you think we came to? I mean, obviously we're
To the 4001.
yeah. I mean, it's awfully close
I mean,
just to look at it, but
Yeah, I mean, look at the headstock. That's beautiful.
Mhm.
We kind of drew this out with Ben and Brian's help. I drew this out by hand, and
Yeah.
it was a little too big at first, and we had to size it, scale it down, and it turned out incredible. The body, obviously, we followed a little bit of a template, but it's crazy. This thing is incredible. I couldn't be happier. So
it's cool, man.
yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun to play. So,
What was your favorite part of the week, and why was it putting all new side dots on?
yeah, so that whole thing, we followed a scale, a 34-inch scale template
Mhm.
to put the side dots in. However, with fretless bases specifically, side dots go on the fret as opposed to
In the
between.
middle, yeah.
Yeah,
So we have that Steve from Maximum Guitar Works jig that lines everything up, and I figured, well, let's just scooch it over, and you're like, yeah, okay, let's just scooch
right.
it over,
I didn't know any better.
and then nothing lined up.
Right,
It was
exactly.
completely off.
Yeah, it got off, and a late ad was thanks to Chris. We threw on the binding here, and then we redid the dots, and it's incredible with the maple binding.
Yeah.
It just pops.
Show the little reveal underneath.
Oh yeah, the little peekaboo
Yeah.
binding.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
the rosewood showing through.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's incredible. So yeah, that remedy was one of my favorite parts of the class. The second was hanging out with some of my best friends and meeting some new guys.
Yeah.
The third part was you let me play with your soul pole.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
sounds-
Everyone
that
likes
sounds-
everyone likes my
That
soul
sounded a
pole.
little weird.
It didn't sound weird. It sounded totally unweird. You guys actually came down to see Hawk Attack
We did.
last week,
Yeah,
and
great time.
yeah, that was fun, man. That was a fun night.
Yeah.
So yeah, thanks for coming out. and
Thanks
hanging out
again,
with
man.
us, Marky.
This was a lot of
Mark.
fun. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, man. Well, yeah, I hope to see you guys again. Maybe you can all come back out again. Well, you haven't even met the other. There's another guy. There's another Duncan who's coming back out. So
Right.
yeah, but he thinks he's better than you. He didn't want to make a neck through. Yeah,
Right.
At least
Yeah.
one of them had taste.
at least one of them has taste. Yeah, that's
That's fine.
rough.
Did you tell him our favorite game at the NAMM show?
Our favorite game? No.
Is-
Why
is-
don't I tell you what? Why don't we
Okay.
switch places
All right.
and I'll
Stay there for a second.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Oh, wait.
Come on now.
I'm just gonna sit here by
That was
myself for a
close.
time.
Yeah.
So our favorite game at the NAMM show is to play from booth to booth. What's wrong with this guitar? And do you know what booth wins every single year? Rickenbacker.
Is that right?
Yeah, their guitars look like shit.
This one doesn't, though, right?
No, exactly.
Now
That
they're
was
coming
that
out
was where I
with
was
that.
getting to was that this guitar looks really, really great.
Right.
Tom L says that you are in love with that bass, and it's nice to see people create something that they'll love forever.
Mm.
That's
Yeah,
a cool
it's
thing.
gonna be
Thank you,
cool.
Tom.
And I told Mark that I need to see pictures of this bass finished and on a stage.
Mhm.
So
Yeah,
and that goes
absolutely.
for everybody. If you play in a band, hopefully you get to take your guitar home, put it together, and fall in love with it all over again
Yeah.
as an instrument, not just a woodworking project or a work of art.
Yeah,
Although
absolutely.
these are all works of art.
Yeah.
They all turned out really great.
And Chris couldn't agree more with going with the natural, just clear coat finish on this. I mean, the
Yeah, it looks
wood,
great. Yeah,
the
yeah,
wood is
that's never
beautiful.
a bad idea.
Right.
Especially when you're using neck through
Mhm.
construction and cool looking wood. Yeah, and this you can't see it, but the flame on the maple binding is pretty damn special.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
So yeah, cool.
Thank you too.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
it. Yep.
Yeah. So unfortunately, when you make a fretless bass and you don't have a whole lot of paint color or no paint color, you get to sit around a lot.
Yeah.
And so Mark, yeah, did a lot of hanging
Yeah. It
for
was
the
great.
last few days.
Those are my buds.
Yeah, that's cool. So who's next?
Go, Eric. All right, I'll get all of them together.
All right, so this is tell us who you are. Hey Steve.
Hey, I'm Steve DeWitt from Seattle.
Hey.
I'll say hi to my wife because I know she's watching.
There
Oh,
you
cool.
go.
Oh, crap. I forgot to ask everyone if they wanted to say hey to anybody.
Yeah.
They're all here.
Okay,
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about what you built.
I built a telecaster style guitar, and I had planned to build a telecaster style guitar since last December when my wife bought this gift for me. And
That's cool. Was it a Christmas gift?
It was a Christmas gift.
That's
Kidman?
cool.
Yeah.
Kidman, was it in a stocking or was it in a box? Or did she just say
It was in a
you're-
stocking.
You're gonna
No,
go.
it was in a
You're gonna
stocking.
go to
No,
Colorado.
it was in a stocking.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're going to go.
And I tried to bail like 18 times. So
What is that?
Yeah, what?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't
okay,
know.
well,
Just, I was
and then
back and forth a bunch
And
of
then you
times.
got here, and,
Stage fright.
and it was all good.
Yeah.
So so you built a Telecaster style guitar, but it's got a bunch of unique features.
Right. It has a super duper nicey flame top, which you probably can't see.
Yeah, hold it up into the camera. See if you can like.
Yeah, you
like,
really
go
can't.
up
You
and
can't. You
hold it.
can't see it.
So
There,
it's
there's
back
some.
and
Yeah,
forth.
yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
It's
Yeah, the top
amazing.
is insane on this thing.
Yeah.
And it's 24 and 3/4 inch scale.
24 and 3/4 inch scale.
Set neck. Yep, set
Yeah.
neck. Did a little bit of modification here to the heel because when you set the neck, there's no reason to have a whole bunch of
Right.
space for screws
Right.
and
And
plates.
this came out
right?
so good. I'm
Yeah, you keep,
so
you
impressed.
keep going back to this, and I keep saying
Right.
you do.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
nice.
yeah.
Yeah, it's really, really
Uh
nice.
huh. Yeah. So
And deluxe Telecaster deluxe style.
yeah, two
And
humbuckers,
two humbuckers.
volume, tone,
Right.
volume,
And
tone,
a
volume,
three-way
tone,
switch.
three-way. Uh huh.
And I had planned to put Seth Lovers, but I talked to Dylan today, so I might be probably send my Seth Lovers back and get some
You should
wide
definitely do
range
those.
humbuckers.
Yeah, he does those, and he does his Dylan applied for the
The
DAFs,
DAFs,
so
yeah.
that are really cool too.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then tell us about your headstock choice.
I chose the Ibanez headstock design because it's pointy, so I can poke other people. But really because of guitarist Josh Smith has an Ibanez signature guitar, and I wanted to buy one, but they're so expensive, way more than this class. And I've got my own logo.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, and you'll never bond with guitar more than hopefully you will bond with this one.
Right.
If it turns out good at all, and it's all on you from here on out.
Right.
So,
And I got the nice maple binding and the reveal binding. And
yeah.
a little bit
And
of-
one of my favorite parts about this guitar is because this top is so insane, the binding is doubly insane.
It's crazy.
It looks like a piece of
Candy cane almost,
cane.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's
white
crazy.
candy cane. Just striped beyond belief.
nice
So-
cutout on the back, comfort cut.
Yeah, comfort cut there.
When I get fatter.
Yeah, and I like the all amber neck
Yes.
without going overboard on bursts. As a guy that loves doing bursts,
Yeah.
not doing that, I think was a good choice.
Yeah.
It looks cool. It brings a little bit more of that Fendery kind of a look to it, less Les Paul
Right.
kind of a thing
Yeah.
to it. Yeah.
And I got the volute, which I
You
was
did
not
do the
expecting.
volute, and you
the-
did a lot of hand shaping on the
Yeah.
neck because I'm not very good at the deadhead sander compared to Matt. So yeah.
that was
So what was your favorite part of the class besides driving me home last night?
Going to see Hawk Attack. No,
That's
we
right.
did go out and see Hawk Attack last night.
I thought it was fun. I hope you had a
And
good
we rode
time.
the Denver Light Rail, which was
Uh-huh.
fun.
You
And,
took a little tour
of
to
Denver.
Chris
Yes.
down Larimer Street.
That was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doc Holliday walked those streets.
That's right.
Right.
That's a real thing.
Yeah, yep.
Yeah.
No,
What
I
else?
think shaping the neck was really a good experience for me. I have done one other neck before, and this came out really, really nice. And the volute, I'm really, really happy with the results.
You should be proud of this guitar. It's very, very nice.
outstanding.
Yeah, and I think it's going to come together
Yeah.
at your home forge really, really well.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
think so too.
Yeah. Well, cool. Well, thanks for coming out. Hope you get to come back again sometime.
Yeah, hint, hint.
Yeah. You know, Christmas.
Thanks, Chris.
Yep.
Nice job, Steve.
Good job, Steve.
All right. Up next,
If you don't remember his name,
It's
he's
the
got a
third-
name
the
tag.
third-
on.
Yeah, got our name
I
tags on.
think I'll do better if I just try and remember his name
Yeah.
rather than try and read what you wrote.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. Evic.
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 Evic and Mac.
Hey, Evic. Evic. Okay, so tell everybody who you are, where you're from.
My
what
name's
you're
Eric.
Evic.
Best friends with Ben since middle school. Been a member of the Duncan household now for a little bit, which is always nice.
Absolutely.
Got to meet Mark very recently, and I live down in Inglewood, and learned about you guys through Ben and Brian, and got the opportunity to do a class with them.
Cool. So tell us a little bit about what you built.
Yeah, so kind of came into this, as you'll probably attest to from my emails, with not much of a clear vision. I changed path a few times, and most
Friday.
notably a few
Yeah,
days before
yeah.
the class started.
Yeah, last Friday.
But the one thing I knew I wanted to
2
do
days
from
ago.
the outset was to do a baritone scale length.
Yeah, I keep forgetting about that.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't look
It's
too
not that. It's not
wonky.
that much longer.
It's not
Yeah,
much. It's a
yeah.
27-inch,
Uh-huh.
which baritones can go up to 30 sometimes.
Uh-huh.
But I had baritone in mind from the beginning. Never played a baritone guitar, which is a bold choice, I would say,
Uh-huh.
to
Yeah,
go through
yeah.
this process.
I'm gonna make the first guitar I'm ever gonna make by scratch is a baritone.
yes
Something with a tuning I'm not sure if I'm gonna like.
exactly.
Yeah.
But I'll be able to play Irish like a Boogie doll, so that's good.
You can always throw on really light strings and
Yeah.
tune it up to E.
Yes,
and
and then
that way
exactly,
too, yeah.
and that'll be my neat little trick.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, baritone was just in my head from the beginning, and so I was really excited that y'all were able to accommodate that, which I think you had to build.
So we made it.
template.
Yeah, we made a neck template for it before class because I didn't want to do that during class.
No, which made things very easy.
Mhm.
Besides that, body style have just always been kind of a Fender guy,
Mhm.
and I was planning on a Jazz Master. I'd like the offset, but in my mind, wanted a little bit more of a rounded kind of bottom to it,
Mhm.
not such an angular offset. So there's still a little bit of that to it, but I like a little bit of meat up here as well. And found a couple days before the Fender Tornado from the late 90s, I think is.
I
when it
think
came
so.
out.
Yeah, when
Yeah.
they first started doing them. Yeah,
Um,
and that's their kind of take on a Les Paul.
Yes.
It's got two
with,
humbuckers,
and,
24 3/4 inch scale,
two buttons
4
down.
controls. Yeah, 3-way switch.
Yeah, so a lot of the shit that I bought is getting returned.
Yeah, because
Um,
last Friday, hey, can we do a Tornado? The first thing I said to Matt was, no.
Yeah, which would have. I'm very surprised.
But
that you let me fly
because
with all of this.
because we knew because Ben has done this before.
Yeah.
If you're willing to put the time in on the bandsaw and the spindle sander,
Right.
then yeah, you can do it.
Absolutely.
So and we used
26.94.
Yeah, 26.94, which is a 24-inch scale with a couple of frets added to the front end.
Yeah. And it wasn't really noticeable how different it was until Dan and Steve had theirs done, the fretboard, the frets cut.
Uh-huh.
And then we got to put them up to each other, and you just see how quickly this area here is wildly different.
Yeah. But I think it'll play a lot like a guitar. I don't think it's not going to play like a bass.
Oh god, no!
six.
Yeah, it's not a bass. Yeah,
Yeah.
we kind of had that conversation too. Yeah.
So
It won't
yeah.
be single
So what was
string.
your what was your favorite part of the week?
So weirdly enough, I do want to echo the sentiment of everybody else. Like hanging out with you guys, just this whole process has been incredible.
Mhm.
That's not a good answer though. So weirdly, in terms
Right.
of like the specific process that I weirdly enjoyed the most was frets.
Oh, really?
I
Okay.
really
Yeah.
kind of enjoyed that.
Okay. Good.
I think I was just
It's a good thing to get good at.
yeah.
Yeah, you can make a bad guitar good with a little bit of fret work.
Well, and who knows if I did a good job? I'll let you guys know
Well, I think
later.
I looked at them the other day, and,
Yeah.
and they sure looked nice.
And that's one
So-
thing for sure is that you guys were checking out on it's kind of signing off on every stage because I was kind of shitting bricks most of the time, especially
Yeah.
with no template for the body.
Uh-huh.
So there's a lot of bandsaw, a lot of
Mhm.
spindle sander, and getting it down just right. And then up until today, I wasn't sure if I did it right or not.
Okay.
and-
Yeah, I think you were worried about scratches and stuff like
Yeah,
that, and all of that goes away.
exactly.
But I saw you gain confidence every day.
Definitely
from day
felt that
one
way.
to day two.
yeah,
Your bandsaw was way better,
yeah.
and
Yeah, first day on the band.
and really none of this stuff is necessarily hard. It's just doing it and being confident that you can
Yeah.
do it.
Yeah, and Mark and I talked about it for kind of using these tools for the first time,
Mhm.
but again,
Yeah.
you guys are there guiding us through it.
Well, yeah, we don't want you to lop anything off either, but
No.
I don't want to micromanage.
It's a tough
So
thing,
so
yeah.
at some point you got to go. Well, can you do it? Go
Yeah.
ahead and do it.
Absolutely.
Okay? And yeah, usually people can. So
yeah,
and I also have a problem with sometimes I jump in too soon and do too much.
Sure.
And so I'm trying to get out of that habit and let guys do their own thing
Figure it out.
and maybe even make a couple of mistakes.
Which helps. Yeah, I definitely fucked up a couple
good.
times,
We're-
and
we're,
you
yeah.
learn.
We can always fix stuff. So
Yeah, that's another thing. I was surprised at how much you can fix. There's,
yeah.
Where'd you get the tennis shoe headstock idea?
Oh yeah. So that is a Fender Starcaster, but you've been calling it something else.
It was the original version of that was used on the guitar that Fender never actually sold to the public, called the Marauder,
Okay.
and then they repurposed it for the Starcaster.
Yeah. So yeah, I basically just mishmashed a bunch of different Fender
A
style
bunch of Fender
things.
stuff together,
Yeah.
and ended up with
Exactly.
something really, really cool.
Yeah.
Well, it turned out great. So this guitar is
People want to see the guitar.
Yeah.
Hold
Oh,
on,
am I
the
not holding
guitar.
it super well?
Yeah.
So this guitar is very, very Fender, except we glued in the neck.
Yes.
Yeah. So this is
Yeah. And so on the
Fender
back,
construction, but no bolt. So we got a little creative here. You got
Yep.
a little creative, and cut back the heel because there's
Yeah.
no reason to have that big metal plate there.
Yeah. And
and all
again,
the
I was
room
planning
that
on
that
bolting it
causes.
on, and
Yeah, until Monday afternoon, I think. And we said, okay, yeah,
Yeah.
cool.
And
So
then, yeah, the sunburst is, I think, my favorite part of the guitar. It's the blood red, and
yeah,
it from far away almost looks black or brown on the edge. It's all just
Mhm.
this deep red.
yeah, it's like Cabernet.
Yeah, it's phenomenal.
Yeah,
Watching
it's
that
red
was really
vine.
cool. Yeah, it's
The
red
grain.
vines.
Yeah,
The
red
grain is
vine.
amazing.
Yeah,
Um,
good, amazing grain. Yeah.
Yeah, cool piece of ash that we got from Tonewood
Yeah.
Experts. What else about this thing? Two P90s.
Yep.
String through.
Yep. And
Um,
gonna probably talk to Dylan as well and get some.
Dylan,
from
yeah,
him.
Dylan's P90s are rad.
Yeah, so gonna return my ones
Yep,
that I bought.
Yep, that's what I would do.
Yeah.
What are you
Headstock
calling this
say?
thing?
What does that say? So because I had mishmashed all these different Fender styles, and I
Uh-huh.
just kind of felt myself. It was a little dig at myself for maybe coming in a little basic, but I went ahead and called it the Starfucker instead of the Starcaster.
There you
So
go.
that's the plan.
Well, there you go. Good.
Yep.
It's a pleasure having you.
You better
Yeah,
come
Hope you
correct
come
if you
back.
show up with a guitar that says that on it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. Really appreciate the process. It's been awesome.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah. Had a good time.
Good. All right. Hold the phone.
All right,
Here
are
he
we done?
comes.
Oh,
Yeah, that's it. See you, everybody. Hey, Dan.
You guys.
Hey, Laura, would you get me another one, please?
Hey, Chris.
How are you? Tell everybody
Great.
who you are.
My name's Dan Andreas. I'm from Windsor, Ontario.
And
See these guys?
tell us a little bit about what you built.
It's just basic Les Paul. Makes a
Except
car
it's
sound.
not really a basic Les Paul at all. There's a bunch of stuff going on with this. thing.
There's a big Canada contingent saying hello. By the way.
Mm-hmm. He said,
There
"Yeah,
you go.
hater."
Yeah.
Hello,
So,
fellow Canadians.
Yeah, so this is a carved top, and tell us a little bit about it. So killer top.
That's why we picked the paint. Matt was teasing me all week about my green choice.
You wanted green because you have only
like
green guitars.
Green guitars.
Uh-huh. And I have a hard time with greens for some reason, with translucent greens, getting them to actually look green and not pea yellow or something like that. It's a tough color to do, I think, because of the brown in the woods. So I tried very hard to talk you out of green. And we
it looks
finally
like you
did.
managed.
Yeah, we did finally do
We
that.
did. We
Yeah,
did.
yeah. Good.
It was such a great looking piece of wood. You don't want to muddy up a nice piece of wood like that. So
Yeah, and that's what I was afraid of. By the time we got it green enough that it looked green, we'd lose all that killer figure on this thing, and it is loaded with it.
Yeah.
Hold it up into the camera and let everybody see it.
Here it
it's
is.
some
Yep.
wicked,
Beautiful.
wicked.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
So what
yeah.
we even did is we went darker with the amber center here.
Mhm.
We went darker on the back, and
Yeah,
I wanted to keep it light
it's got like 4 coats in the
to
top.
show off
Yeah,
the
and you
grains.
shot all of that. You sprayed the amber.
Turned out not bad.
It turned out great. Yeah, yeah.
We got somebody
so the way
doing
we-
all the hard work.
Well, so the way we do these is we go dark to light. So this is a brown, and then we did some red, and then we did amber, so that you can watch the transition a little bit easier than doing amber first and then trying to chase it with brown and red.
It's like you said,
you
it's
can
like
see it, you
opening presents at Christmas. Like
Yeah,
you get the
yeah.
And it just keeps getting better and better as you go in.
And it looks okay before you start putting the amber on, and then you start putting the amber on, and you're like, oh, okay, I can start to see this. I can start to feel it. Yeah. And you were the one that came up with the lighter top and said, I don't want to put as much on it on the top. As
you
the
wouldn't
other
let me
part.
use
I said,
green,
okay.
so I might as well show it off really well.
Yeah.
And I think it popped nicely.
Yeah. Let's talk about the heel on this thing, because you did something really, really cool with the heel.
Well, everybody says you can improve on a Gibson, but we can't.
I think you did. Yeah.
I didn't
so this
like
is
the
cool.
square, and the transition here is just a nice curve, and it takes that blockiness out. And it feels
Where'd you
nice.
get the round part here? Where'd that come from?
A piece of
Roll of tape.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a roll of tape.
That's a roll of tape.
right
That's a
there.
new roll of tape with about 20 unwinds off it. Yeah, that's the secret to that is
If you want to build the perfect Gibson,
7/8 used up roll of tape.
7 pieces.
Yeah.
And it works.
Yeah, it does. And you made it thinner.
We
it's
hogged a lot.
It's probably a little over 1.25 inches on the sides, and then probably 1 and
We took down the
we took this
mahogany
down to an inch. Yeah, and then
Yeah.
so it's whatever the maple is here. That looks like 3/8 to me. So
And it's killer.
so yeah, it's pretty damn light. Yeah.
Like
Maple neck.
maple neck, and we went with the famous Fesker burst all the way up.
Yep. Yeah, and you wanted me to do the
Headstock.
headstock too, which turned out really cool. I wasn't sure if I was going to dig it, but I do.
All the wood that you guys get is great wood, and the headstock. I didn't want to ruin the headstock either. Chris wanted to paint it Gibson black, and like that piece of
That's a pretty traditional thing, and a lot of times that's what guys want to build is the most traditional thing they can build. So, but
when you got wood like that, you got to break from tradition.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, and we did maple binding.
Yes,
Twice.
Gorgeous.
Yeah, and you got that same flaming wood. So did Steve. That Mark got on the neck. Hold it up like that. Nobody can see it down there. Nobody wants to look at it down there either.
Yeah.
So it turned out great. So what was your favorite part of the class? You told me that this is the first time you've left Canada though in 23 years.
First time I've gone away from home in 23 years.
Okay. Yeah, there you go.
I'm a home person, but these guys, I've been following them since COVID, and they got to be pretty good to force an old man out of his home to come all the way.
Force an old man out of his home. That sounds exactly right. So did we live up to expectations?
You guys actually surpassed.
Oh, good. Okay, good. In what way? It was all about last night, wasn't it? Taking you out, showing you the town, having a good time.
That
light rail.
That light rail system just
light rail and beer.
That alone was worth the trip. Was the light rail?
The light rail, yeah. The 15-minute light rail trip that took 45 minutes. Yeah,
it was worth it. But no, the show, Hawktack show, was excellent. Really good.
It was really fun, wasn't it? Yeah. So, what was your favorite part of the week?
Everybody,
you can have two.
Okay.
You can have 3. You can have 4. I don't know. Mention some stuff.
Actually, the best part was everybody said it is the guys. Like,
yeah, it's a brotherhood, right?
It is.
Yeah, and now that you've met some of them, if you see them in a chat or you see them on social media or whatever, you'll be like, oh, yeah, I know that guy.
Well, it's the thing. Like, we're all like-minded, and the chats keep you going like that. I really look forward to it every week in the chat.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Some of the guys.
Yeah.
And what blows you away is like a couple of the young guys here. Eric, Mock, and Brock. They're not woodworkers, and they produce some fantastic instruments.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Everybody you guys kind of know what you're doing.
Okay, good. I think so too. Yeah, I mean, we had a couple little missteps here and there. Nothing huge, nothing we couldn't fix.
Well, it was all your fault. But...
Yeah, I know. you made that clear.
A few times, yeah.
Yeah.
The second best part, meet and joy. That
It's so nice.
It was just a great time to come back.
Good. Well, I hope you had a good trip. Hope you come back.
Oh, next year for sure.
Yeah, and it turned out great. It's a
It's a nice
it's a
guitar.
really
It's a
really good looking
beauty.
guitar, and I can't wait to see it all finished up. And I think this is one of the better bursts that I've done in a while.
We should discuss that. It's going to be all black.
Uh-huh.
Going to put a Hipshot baby grand.
Yeah, it's all drilled for
nice
that.
bridge.
It's got several ground holes ready to go.
Mhm.
Several attempts. One will work.
Okay. I did order Gibson. I ordered Dylan P90s ahead of time, and they're here. I'm going to put them in. Hipshot open gear locking tuners, just because.
Just because you can. I love those tuners. They are fantastic.
And everything's in black, so the gears with that brass just pop.
Mm-hmm.
Really nice.
Yeah. This is going to be a
It's gonna
really
look-
good looking
It's going
guitar.
to look sharp.
And if it doesn't play well, it's all on you.
Yeah. I would
So
think
next time you come, you'll have to bring it
Yeah, I will.
because I want to see it in person. That's one of the cool things. Every once in a while, I get to see a guitar that somebody built in class in person again. And you kind of get close to this stuff after
Yeah.
7 days.
I would
So it's and then you sort of forget about it because I know, not that there's a lot of flaws. There's barely any, but I know this guitar really
There's
really
just-
well right now. And the next time I see it, I will have forgotten all that stuff, and it'll just
And you
be a
won't even
really
know
cool
where they are
guitar.
anymore.
Correct.
Yeah.
No, I'll still remember.
And I've got to say hi to my nephew. He's going to be getting this guitar when I pass on. So don't expect to be getting it too soon.
Well, thanks.
Thank you guys.
Thanks, Dan.
And thank you guys.
And now everybody can put a face to the name with
Yeah.
Dan because he's always in the
He's
comments.
always
Yes.
he's always
Always
hanging out
asking
with
how
us.
everybody is.
Yeah.
And
So, Chris, it's been a really fun week for me. I hope it's been a fun week for you because we get to start tomorrow and do it again
all right.
with 0 breaks. So, yeah, I hope you had a good time this week.
Yeah,
guys.
from 4:15 to 9 a.m.
Uh-huh.
is my day off.
That's your day off. That's right. So, starting tomorrow, we're going to be doing our $9,000 Strat build. We're going to start at Steve's workshop, aka Maximum Guitar Works, out in Elizabeth, Colorado. Dylan McCurchie and his wife Leslie are here in town. I know because we saw them at the Hockatech show last
and we
night.
saw him this morning.
We saw them
They
this
came by
morning.
here today too.
So it's going to be a fun workshop, and I'm looking forward to that. We've got another intercontinental visitor.
Zoltan.
Yes, that's right. And so that it's going to be a lot of fun. What's the other thing? Oh, I wanted to remind everybody that there is actually going to be another video at 5 today, and I'm going to talk all about the kinds of. You know what? I'm not even going to tell you. You'll just have to see when you see it. Yeah, I'm not going to give away any of this.
Yeah. Tune in.
Yeah, tune in.
Yeah, you'll like it.
It's what, 15 minutes?
22.
22 minutes.
You gonna piss a bunch of people off?
Probably not, but I'm hoping
No,
that the
this-
title will
Yeah.
irritate everybody.
Oh.
Yeah.
great.
So anyhow, so stick around for that, and hope that you guys have a great rest of your weekend, however long it is. Chris's is just a few minutes,
Yeah.
and mine is too. So, but anyway, thanks for hanging out with us. Thanks for everybody who was out here and spent the week with us and made really excellent looking guitars. And yeah, we're wrapping up. We've got the October workshop starts tomorrow. We've got a November workshop, which is a Build a Classic Fender. And then we've got the Les Paul workshop in December.
That's a biggie.
That's a biggie. And that's the only workshop the rest of the year that has an opening or two. I think there's 1 or 2 openings
are
for
there
that
openings
workshop.
for that workshop? That's
So-
gonna be a really cool workshop because over the course of 5 days, you end up with a
7
finished-
days. 7 days. Sorry.
Over the course of 7 days, you end up with a finished guitar. So well, that's actually better.
Yeah.
But you'll leave with a Les Paul.
Yeah.
S guitar.
So if you want to come out and do that, Brad
That's
Guitar
my
Miller,
part.
you should absolutely get signed up, and we'll save a spot for you.
yeah.
So until next time, guys, this is Matt from Texas Toast Guitars,
This is Chris, also from Texas Toast Guitars.
reminding you that if you're so smart, build your own guitar. That's what we did. And life is short. You might as well have a cool guitar. That's
you might
what
as well
we do.
build a cool guitar.
Might as well build a
Yeah,
cool guitar.
yeah.
Do
Why
you
would
just
not want to?
do something? Yeah, get off your butts. Do something. So thanks for hanging out with us, you guys. We'll see you at 5 for the next video. And we've got a bunch more videos coming next week too, if I remember to do them, little shorts and stuff. And I'm sure Dylan, if I don't, Dylan will. So stick around. We'll see you for them. Have a great rest of your weekend, everybody. Take care.
Yay! Nice job, everybody.
I'm gonna drink some more of that awful whatever that's.
Yeah.